Yeah. There's something in my capture scene then that is capturing the audio, I guess. So yeah, now it should be working. Okay. Oops.
There's sound on stream now at least. So
Yeah. It should be working now. Okay, so 90% of this session has been muted. That's fun. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, we do. We seriously do, Astra. Thanks for letting me know, though. Quick recap of the session. You found Mandelu. You're currently interviewing him, and so far the only thing you've got from him is that he has an excellent memory for situational awareness. He has recounted his footsteps and locations of everything in his section of the prison. And also, he has claimed that he sought out death and then he found him. And you just learned that he has, according to him, his soul was claimed by death.
Well, he also said that a few days later he died, or I'm assuming like death,
Yeah.
because there's after his soul.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's probably Cantamentio.
Yeah, I'll repeat that and as soon as the ads are done. But yeah, so that's a very, very quick recap of this session so far. And 10 seconds left, so. Right, we are back from the ads. Audio should be fixed. That's, yeah. And yeah. So he says to you then,
Slayer cameras are gone.
I know. They are off on purpose. I'll turn them on when Alistair's back, because the positions are being messed up. And I can't be bothered to fix it 3 times. So I'll wait until his camera's on for us to fix it. But he says, and then some years ago, he died. Never thought that would happen. But... And he turns back to you, Kaito. He took it with him.
Do I get the impression that that has something to do with the club itself?
Your choice. Do you, as a player, think so?
Oh, he was talking about it. I try to press him a little bit more on the club than if that is where he came in contact with him. Would joining the club mean you're forfeiting your soul?
He would have probably found me regardless. He just looks away again.
Whether that's what happens at that club or not, it's still a place I am seeking. And you're our best lead, believe it or not. Now, souls I cannot do much about, nor do I know frankly a whole lot about them. So, my offer might not quite as much as a soul, but small things I might be able to accomplish. You know, like a good and hearty meal. Or 2. like not lean in exactly, but like I do try and quite
Yeah.
about put on my charm a little bit.
He doesn't seem to care about the offer. He continues to just stare into the fake window.
Share a look with Rye.
Rai is clearly like,
Yeah, I want you to freak out even more. I will shoot a message to Sarah if she knows anything about this soul stuff, because I'm assuming Sarah would probably be listening in from the outside.
Yeah.
So if Sarah had any input about that specifically, because like clearly we are a little bit stuck. So if she had any input, she could come with it.
I can do some rolls for Zara. Let's see.
Because I do not have a lot of good spell castings and feats for this. I only have my diplomacy feat, rolls and stuff. So.
So yeah, Zara obviously knows about and has, and probably you guys know a bit about as well, astral projection. When you astral project, you very often have like a cord going from your body to the soul floating around. If that's severed, the connection is lost. Very often the soul will then be adrift and have no way back to the body, and the body is then basically catatonic. But that doesn't seem the case here. He is very much awake. So it's probably not... He's probably not talking of his soul in the same way as like astral projection or the usual kind of thing. Kentimentia was a necromancer, and a lich, so maybe it's something related to not his actual soul, but more like his life essence. Zara says she could send a message, like an SMS kind of message, not a spell message, to someone who might know more about the religious aspects, because that's usually what, like, Zara knows about the arcane, but not about divine so much. And she does know a couple of people who might know stuff about religion.
I say yes. You probably with my recall knowledge, you did roll my religion, I assume.
Yes.
So.
I did.
You know, for someone that grew up in a temple, should probably know some stuff about this. Wrong continent, I guess.
You did get...
Souls might be your blind spot.
That is also kind of why I said you don't know anything about this except the traditional sense, which is the religious sense, because that's the one that you succeeded on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still try. I guess like in the meantime, while Sarah is sending the message, I'm doing like two things. One, sort of stalling the conversation so we continue talking, so that Sarah will have time to get a reply. And second, I'm still trying to pressure to get the address in different ways. I don't need to roleplay that necessarily out, but like I'm still trying to convince him.
Yeah, you can give me a society.
Society, really? Not diplomacy?
Or diplomacy, yeah. Diplomacy is fine.
Health roll. Blind GM roll.
Yeah, so after talking to him for a while, You realize that he's not like, he seems to have almost lost all emotion. He doesn't seem interested in anything you try to offer or anything at all, really, of knowledge or food or anything. He just doesn't really care. Many of your questions he doesn't even bother answering. And you feel like this is going nowhere, and then you get a mental message from Zara, who says, "Try asking if he wants a priest or a cleric or something. We can get some pretty high-ranking ones in here. You know, like actual magic ones, and not just old men in villages. You know, like actual divine connection people. If maybe he wants to speak with one of those about his soul."
I take a step kind of sort of like a little bit around to like,
should have had a fucking cane with the angel here.
yeah. Like I am trying to like I step a little bit around. I probably unconsciously put a hand on one of the probably the empty chairs there that we could have sat in, because like at this point Kaito's been standing for a while. Kaito does not do well standing for a while without his cane.
Rai have started pacing in the background.
And then I kind of say, well, you said you were missing a soul. What if we can offer you someone that can more about souls than either of us in the room? A cleric. A proper one. Kind of implying, you know, the whole not the official normal magic ones.
Yeah, he turns his head slowly towards you and says, "Go on."
They would be able to give a more definite answer for anything you have questions about, or maybe even do something about it. You know what we want.
Oh. An address has little consequence. I will give it to you for a promise.
Go on.
I want you to promise that you will try your utmost best to get me a meeting with the cleric.
Who the fuck is the cleric?
The one that puts me behind these bars. Her Grace, Lisa Nennet. You just hear a message from Zara. Oh boy.
Well, we do know she's planning on coming somewhere, so very well. I will do my best to get you a meeting with her.
Harlow. The club is in Harlow.
Kaito fells it, writes it down. And the address? Yeah, I assume he gives the whole address as well.
Please go to the plant shop and ask for a bouquet of hemlock and nightshade. 2 deadly flowers. They would never sell it. It is code word.
Hemlock and
Nightshade.
Very well. Thank you for your information. And you will hear from me.
He looks up to you, Kaito, but his eyes dart to Rai, and he says, I hope you find what you're looking for. And then he turns to look out the pseudo window again.
Yeah. I urge Rai to come with me as we leave.
Rai will stand and stare at him for a moment, just keeps like clenching and unclenching her fists, and then leaves.
Yeah. So you leave, closing the door behind you, it automatically locks. And
Yep.
At the corner, just to give you a bit of space, at the corner you see the warden waiting down the hall.
I take a moment, I breathe in and I breathe out, and I walk down the hall. A little bit stiffer than normally because, I've been stuck for a while.
Also, fun fact, your side quest, Emerlon, has been 90% promises.
Yes. It has been 90% promises. You are
And not
not
all
wrong.
of them yours.
And most not mine, indeed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing very well in this side quest.
But yeah, you
What have we gotten into this time?
you head down the hall, and the warden says, you got what you came for.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very
Good.
much.
Now let's get you out of this hellhole. And he follows you out of the prison again. At the entrance, you have to sign that you're leaving. Of course, that you indeed safely got out as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming Sarah's all with us again.
Yeah.
No, we left Sarah down there.
I grab my stuff from the locker.
Yeah.
All right, some of you had to leave weapons.
Yeah.
I have my cane.
Mm-hmm. And you head
Take
out.
a deep
and,
breath when I sit in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, some rest.
And Rai, you start driving the team back to London.
Punch in the address for Harlow immediately.
Yeah.
And start driving to Harlow unless someone else stops me.
Mm-hmm.
No, not right away. Not right away. No. I start poking you. Change the direction.
I mean, it's the same.
Lets out an exasperated sigh. Clicks in the MUC address for HQ in the GPS instead.
It is the same direction because so it's not too late to change your mind.
Yeah, no, I am keeping an eye out because I am not doing that today.
Yeah, because you're currently driving east towards London, and and Harlow is just outside London. But
there's two things I'm probably gonna do whenever we get time done. One is figure out the location of the sister of that one dude. And since that was part of the official stuff, I would probably put in a request to see if we could figure out what the heck was going on there. And then if I remember correctly, someone said that they might want to get in contact with Lissa at some point due to the whole Orochi stuff. If I am correct. talked about
Yeah, I know we talked about it. Kaito, you know that Lissa was present with a meeting in Japan about Orochi.
Yes, I do remember that. So I know she's involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we also want to update her on her granddaughter?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we have a note about Harriet was planning on setting up a meeting for us with Lissa at some point.
Mm.
We talked about that in session 19.
Yeah.
So we know we are planning on, due to the whole Orochi stuff and
Mhm.
some of the other stuff, that we are planning on trying to talk to her, but it's also really hard. Oh, give me a sec. I'm getting a phone call I need to take. You guys
That's fine.
continue.
Quick, now's your chance. Go to Harlow. But yeah, no. You drive towards London, and you realize, like, as you're approaching London, you realize that you've been driving for a while, and you're probably too tired to go and fight in Harlow now anyway. So it's
Or Constitution? I'm not tired.
because you realize you've been driving a while, and suddenly you're like, wait, where did we come from? We're driving east, but where was the dog pound? And Zara, you can't remember either, and check your phone, and like your GPS has no history either of where you've been.
This is to be expected.
Thank you, Chazza. Thank you so much for the bits. So yeah, your GPSs have been wiped, and your memory as well. You can't remember it. The only thing you are pretty sure of is that it's west of London because you're driving east. That's pretty much the only thing you have to go by.
Well then.
And yeah, Rai, you are feeling kind of tired from the driving, so you're assuming it's quite far west, just based on your energy levels. But yeah, you arrive back at HQ, and head in for a meal together.
I am now
Yeah.
here.
Officially. I will see if I can get the cameras back on now.
Also, you made me audibly laugh out loud in the bus when you started talking as Zara earlier. People looked at me funny.
Alistair, people always look at you funny.
No, they don't look at me at all.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
I'm reading the notes. Really, guys?
What?
What?
Then I read the last note because I was away because phone call. I was just like, really? Alright, just gotta go in the middle of the night? Of course you are.
Okay, I need to fix the cameras real quick.
I haven't even written that in the notes yet.
Oh, right. Sorry. I was reading. Sorry, I was reading earlier because of I was finding the list of notes, and I was literally about the Death Club, so I thought you had just written it down. So yeah, that's why I was a little bit confused.
But yes,
I thought you guys
Rai...
were. I thought you guys were going to ditch me.
But Rai is definitely planning on leaving in the middle of the night if you give her the chance.
So this is totally in character. Got it.
Which is why I said I haven't written it yet.
Okay, I think
see.
the cameras should be correct now.
Looks like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They look. Mine is a little
Kaito's a
bit
bit off.
askew,
Yeah.
but it's probably fine.
I can fix that. No worries. Kaito is
Yeah.
camera 6. Camera 6. Just needs a bit better cropping.
Yeah.
There you go. Studio mode off. Okay. Yeah, so you arrive back at headquarters and realize that you can't remember where the compound was. You do have an address now, though, in Harlow, just north of London. And yeah, you can easily put in a request for finding out more about Aurora Hayes. You can either put in an official request, or you can go through Zara sending a message to Naz, who might know.
Yeah, I can do that.
Who's the best? Yeah. We can do that. We also probably need to figure out how to contact. We might just ask Lissa whatever meeting is gonna end up, because we're probably gonna end up talking to her at some point. Which is probably the best way to do that. Kaito's just considering if it's better to also try and expedite that as well.
Yeah, the meeting.
Yeah, no, I'll probably Kaito's probably gonna talk to Harriet at some point and ask about said meeting, because she was planning on letting us talk to her about, because of the family situation as well as the Orobashi situation. So Kaito's probably gonna try and figure out when that's gonna happen, and he's also probably gonna use the rest of the evening trying to plan the Japan tour.
Yeah.
As well. So he's gonna probably be a little bit busy for the rest of the evening trying to do logistics. And then he looks at Ryan, just don't do anything stupid, especially not alone. Okay? I care about you. I know you're looking for a death club. I don't want you to die permanently, and if this at any point actually means you're risking your soul, don't do it.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Rai is clearly significantly have a significantly harder time sitting still than she usually does.
A hand on your shoulder and just looking you in the eye. You have people that care about you, okay?
Why are you so anxious about doing this so quickly anyways?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just...
I don't know why it's not working. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know what is wrong.
Well, whatever it is, I mean, you think going to this place is going to fix it, and you think doing so today is of utmost importance?
I don't fucking know.
Well,
I don't fucking know.
Look, we'll go there together tomorrow once Kaito is all rested up. I mean, me personally, I could have gone today. I'm fine. I could shoot a fucker today in the face. It's fine. Ammo doesn't need to rest. But probably wise to have everyone in the tip-top shape. It's called... I mean, the name is quite indicative of what takes place there, You want to maybe be a little bit cautious in that regard. Yeah? And we'll figure it out,
Yeah. Yeah.
Together.
Sure.
Okay. And then when I leave, I'm gonna go over out of earshot, and then I'm gonna do pss, pss, pss. And then out from the shadow comes a little shadow dog, and we're like, "You're gonna have to spy on her, because I feel like she's gonna run off in the middle of the night if we don't watcher. So just keep an eye out. Yeah.
The dog's size.
And I'm gonna go and do the last because it's probably late in the night or late in the day. And yeah, I'm gonna leave for my room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If Kaito is talking to Harriet anyway, Kaito might think of making sure Rai does not have garage access just tonight.
Yeah, probably gotta make sure that like you do not just leave.
So yeah, you go to Harriet and update her on the situation
Yes.
with Hayes, as that was the official business.
Yes. And also request update on the information about the meeting she was planning with Lissa and Nanette. To just hear where are we in that, just like logistically about things. And she's aware of, I've told her I think about the, or if not, I will do it now, the trip to Japan, about like the official stuff there that I need to well, it's part of the job, so I'm not taking vacation to do it.
No.
It's part of the job. But that I need to schedule that. And probably asked if I can bring my team with me, because all of this has potentially stuff to do with Orochi anyway. Might as well bring them if they want to come.
Yeah. Yeah, she can authorize that. And says that the clergy has been surprisingly difficult, or unsurprisingly difficult, but... And then she kind of pauses a second and turns takes her hand off the keyboard as if to symbolize off the record. She says, but our mutual friend in North Canada might be able to expedite your meeting.
I see.
Guard.
Hinting at Argyle.
Oh, she's figured it out now.
It took a while, but
I just I see. Yeah, no, you had to figure that one out on your own. I'm sorry.
The thing is that the reason she figured it out is because a handful of agents flew to New York and then flew to North Canada, and then they came back satisfied with their results.
No, it makes sense. She would figure it out. Like we weren't allowed to directly tell her, so you know. Okay, yeah, no, I'll see if we can shoot a message that way.
Friend.
And I will do that as well, probably later in the evening. So I probably stay up later than I should, trying to figure out these things.
Yeah. Okay. So night falls. And I want how's it? Night falls. And all the players must close their eyes. No. Secret Hitler.
Playing werewolf.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the social
was it called Murder in a Clock
games.
Tower or something?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. There's lots of social deduction games. But anyway.
There's a variety of different variations.
Yeah.
So, shadow update. Rai has managed to convince herself to not leave in the night, but has instead been in the training room, physically exhausting herself till like 3 o'clock at night.
Of course.
Yeah. As long as you sleep, fine.
So yeah, next morning, you all wake up, have your morning routines, and check like
Oh, by the way, Zara's morning routine now. Like that's the thing I want to just note because I will forget it. Zara is now super paranoid that anyone she talks to in the HQ that she doesn't like know by heart is like the skinwalker guy.
Mhm.
Of course, she's gotten paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the secretary. I think it's Jessica who's the secretary now, who took over for Penny. I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't remember. I think it's Jessica. She's like starting to get annoyed with like how often you come and ask about a personnel file.
Yeah. Exactly. I also ask to shake the hands of like almost anyone I meet in the.
Oh, nice to
High
meet you.
five!
Right.
High five!
Yeah. No, it's not even that kind. It's literally like.
Yeah.
And then you get
People
so
know what's
with
up at this
anyone
point.
that doesn't want to shake your hand.
Because Sarah was like head of security back in under period, right? So she
Yeah.
has got a. She's still got those reflexes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you check in with Moen, your handler, your responsible,
Yeah.
and he just informs you that there's no high alerts that need your attention. You're free to do your personal stuff if you want, or training or whatever. Basically, he's giving the in-world explanation of, hey, you can go do downtime or side activities. Because there's
That's fine.
no high alerts.
I tell the rest of the group that you guys can join me on the Japan trip when we do that in a couple of days, probably. Yes, right, we're gonna do your thing first.
I didn't say anything!
You were thinking it.
She's just glancing towards the doorway that leads to the garage.
And then Sarah's just like, I brought some extra couple of mags for this. Thought we might need it. You ready?
Fine. Let's do this, but let's be on high alert. I'm a little bit nervous now that they mentioned the whole thing of possibility of losing your soul. Don't particularly like that.
Just don't get your cord cut. Not that hard.
Well,
I mean, it's very
I'm
difficult
pretty-
to physically attack it, if that's what you're scared of. You normally would have to have like a sort of silver sword. That's what they use, you know. What are they called here now? It's the
Sarah?
gith, not the gith. The not
Sarah?
gith.
Sir, you are
Yes?
allowed to be paranoid about a worm man in a skin suit. I am allowed to be paranoid about souls potentially being lost, especially when it's family member, okay? Okay, let's go! And I turn and leave.
Rai has already left the room while you guys have been having this conversation.
Right, you're not leaving without us! Ah!
Yeah. So you get to the garage after a little bit of frustrating, as you noticed for some reason, Rai, that your access card didn't work to the garage anymore. But Kaito opens the door and you go in, find a free car and head off.
We make sure it's one. Well, I was gonna say we need to have an unmarked one, but then I remembered we are a secret society, a secret organization. We don't have necessarily marked cars.
Yeah,
We don't have marked cars.
Yeah.
like
So-
the closest thing you have to a marked car is that you do technically have one or two standard London police cars in case you need to go undercover with the police. But
Yeah,
like,
no. But,
most of them are
we
just
try to
normal.
get a more. We try to get a more remarkable car than normal.
Yep. Yeah. So then you drive off north to Harlow.
Where is that on a map?
It's just
Here
northeast of London.
Here, it is roughly an hour's drive.
Yes.
Oh, there, Harlow.
Harlow.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, I just like to have the visual representation of that.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'm gonna make sure you guys are on the map.
And there are 9 flower shops in Harlow.
He would have said a specific one.
Ah, okay. Good.
I'm gonna assume you don't always try to make it the hardest for us, so
Mhm.
sometimes we get the information needed.
Yeah. I'm trying to be better at not unnecessary padding. Like, it doesn't serve the story if you check 5 flower shops before finding the right one.
No.
Are you saying that we're good enough to faff about and pad out the time anyway?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you saying we don't need your help?
We don't need padding. Yeah.
Where are we going? We don't need padding.
Yeah. But yeah, you arrive in Harlow and find a parking spot. And I assume Zara's gonna backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we're not taking Sarah when she looks like a small child into a death club. I'm sorry.
I think Zara was suggesting it. She was like getting her clothes
Nope,
ready and being like,
no,
"Okay, so
no,
are we?
no.
No,
No.
oh, we're not backpacking it. I was looking forward to looking
No.
around the place." God
We
damn it.
don't even know if this is a magical place or not.
Okay.
At least we need to confirm that
fine.
first. Also, looking at you, right? No magic shit unless we know that's what we can use here. We're not breaking the veil. Gosh, I need to babysit these people all the time. And I go into the and I figured I asked them for the hemlock bouquet of
As soon as we're at the flower shop, and I'm assuming this chat is happening in the car, like,
Yeah.
Rai is just in the flower shop and asking for the bouquet of hemlock and nightshade right away.
I
Not waiting
immediately
for
follow
anyone
you.
else.
I just like
Yeah.
babysitting.
You see the shopkeep looks at you oddly and says, "Oh, we don't sell that." But you can also see they're reaching under the desk for like a lever or a button or something. And then when Kaito comes in just like a couple of seconds after you, because you asked immediately you came through the door.
Yes.
Kaito comes in just after you, and you kind of see that the storekeep hesitates a bit.
Don't worry, I'm with her.
And
Also, Kaito has the backpack for once.
yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
no, I have the backpack with him.
yeah, and you hear this audible click, and the clerk goes over to a shelf against the wall with like accessories and stuff for plants, like the watering systems and stuff, and quickly gives another look around the store and slides it a bit to the side, and there's a stairwell down.
Yeah, Rai is just straight down, doesn't wait for anything.
You can at least thank them. And I turn to them, thank you, and I go down.
She just nods and lets you down into
Yeah.
Desk club local.
Yeah. You're in the desk.
Do we have a non-local death club as well?
I mean, do you think there's only one in the entire world?
No.
It's just, I think the branding is a little bit generic, you know?
So
What
yeah,
do we see?
you see a storage basement with plants, flowers, herbs stacked on shelves, and boxes and crates with various other stuff. You can. Does anyone have? Actually, does anyone have? We're on Pathfinder, baby. I have a character sheet for the party.
Haha.
Yes.
Overview.
Party skills?
Languages. Yeah, I'm checking the skills. No, no one had. Oh, yeah, there you go. Recall knowledge. That's the one I was looking for. Of course, the one who isn't with you. Rai, you have the highest in nature, so you notice that you're not that skilled, but you're pretty sure most of the plants on the shelves down here are illegal. Or not necessarily illegal, but you can tell that they're probably used for like poisons or drugs and that kind of stuff. You do spot a couple of like not growing because obviously, but you do spot like a container with like marijuana seeds and stuff. As well as way stronger stuff like actual deadly poisons and stuff, mostly in like sapling stage or in like boxes or packets of seeds. So this is definitely like the illicit storage. You do also see in one of the corners there's quite a colorful large plant, which you're pretty sure is from the Fae, from the Seelie, because it's way too lush to be and colorful to be a normal plant.
Is the light meant to bend this way here?
Yeah, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Here.
Sure. Okay. Do we see any doors that lead elsewhere here?
Yeah.
Look for.
Why don't
way.
I see? I should see the past the dark. I have dark vision.
Yeah, I also have dark vision.
Yeah, this seems like fog of war more than.
Yeah, it was really weird the way like we can't see. what's
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's weird. Seems
Huh,
like dark vision
'cause
doesn't seem to work. Huh?
That's weird. It's not important,
Okay.
but that is weird indeed. Because there are light sources in this, and I made it dark on purpose. But
Yeah, and we are.
with dark
we
vision,
have
you should see. Yeah.
some vision. Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see any ways out, so you're gonna have to
Do some rolls.
do some rolls.
So what did the guy say? Didn't he say something about
Start
the?
knocking on walls.
What did he say from earlier? It was like the bouquet and stuff to get there. Did he say anything else? Like
That's all I
don't
remember.
even if I don't.
Yeah, no, you from the address that you've learned, you are in the right place. He didn't say anything else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I start going about knocking on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a seek action then.
Yeah.
If I can. Or is seek just in combat? Is that seek in combat or seek?
Seek is just in
combat?
combat. It lets you use a perception. So you can
Okay,
just
well,
roll a
not
perception,
seek then.
'cause
Investigate, I guess.
Yeah. Let's recall knowledge.
Oh, not just perception checks. Recall knowledge. That's this one.
Zara, you notice something odd. I'm just gonna move you there. When Rai goes to the corner, and like starts knocking on the walls, it almost looks as if the plant in the corner, the one that I said was from the Seelie, it almost seems like it's bending away from her.
Ah.
Now you know that there are many Fae flowers that do react to things nearby. There's even like carnivorous flowers that eat people. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but you do notice that the plant is definitely reacting to her presence.
Can I try and recall knowledge on the plant to know what type of plant it is?
Nature. Don't need to do a whole recall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't need to do a total recall. So yeah, you notice this, Zara, and your body language or something you say makes Rye also aware. And you look at the plant, Rye, and you crouch down and study it a bit. And suddenly the plant says, "What are you looking at?"
A fucking course.
And this is and then it kind of like stretches and almost like cracks its neck and stuff, and it almost looks as if its shape changes a tiny bit, like shaking off a disguise almost. As you see that it is in fact a fungus leshy.
Right. Wonderful. Can you open the door?
Where?
Depends.
Bouquet.
What door?
Bouquet of nightshade and hemlock.
Yeah, fine. Contestant or spectator?
Tater, I say
Contestant.
from the back.
And Asara just looks at Kaito and just like, contestant, obviously. Sort of like specifically at Kaito, like, what are you talking about, spectator?
Yeah.
I
Bit
don't
of-
want to die.
Bit of both then. Alright. Well, welcome to the Death Club. I'm Cygnus, your host for this evening.
Nice to meet you.
Corpses, high treasures, and nice.
As he... Oh, I
The
can't...
door's locked,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't even open locked doors, apparently. I thought I could. As he steps through a secret door.
Oh, see here,
Uh,
the dark vision works.
Yeah.
That's weird. It was just that corner.
As he says here, spectators, hand in your weapons. Participants, register them.
And Zara's like, when we move out, like, wait, right, you're really not participating? Are you just gonna what? Let us do it alone, and you're just gonna watch?
Sing on the sideline.
Why did you think I was gonna go and join the Death Club? I'm making sure she doesn't. Well, she's gonna probably die, but like trying to make sure she doesn't die permanently.
And how are you gonna do that from the sidelines?
Well, I certainly aren't going to do much help in the ring, getting
Why
murdered.
not?
Again,
You
getting
do this
murdered.
for a living. What's new about any of this?
Yeah, because that's my job.
Exactly. This is your job. This is your teammate. She needs your help. This is how you help her. Equation's pretty simple, isn't it?
Rye, I assume you say to
Register
the-
these fists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't use weapons.
I think you might have to register your magic. I don't know.
You see
I do a big sigh and I turn to this person and I go, is this one-on-one fights or tag teams?
She says to Rye, "I'll put you down as a brawler," and then she you ask, and she pulls out like a tablet and says, "Today there's only one-on-one fight scheduled."
Yeah, no, I ain't participating.
All right, no, fine, that's fine, fair. I am, and she goes like, and I'm gonna bring this, and this, and this, and then this little ditty, and then I don't know if you need spell books. Boom! All of this, please.
Which weapons did you have? Let's see.
So I have my combat rifle medium.
Mm-hmm.
And technically that's it, but for funsies, I'm also pulling out my knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, she points to the knife. That one I'll accept. And she'll point to the rifle. You don't have anything smaller? This isn't a battleground.
What do you mean smaller? Do you? This one is like a toothpick for you. What do you mean smaller?
I think she's talking about something more intended for
a brawl.
not shooting people 20 feet away.
Bitch, you threw fireballs. Come on. This is just
you see
easier.
you see when you say that, you see she goes over to where she wrote down Rye as a brawler and just puts a plus behind brawler.
I don't
And I'm like,
shoot fireballs. I manipulate fire.
I manipulate fire too. It just so happens to be in a very nice powdery substance.
And that doesn't have punch through.
Oh, it doesn't, does it? Have you never killed anyone with this manipulated fire before?
It doesn't kill someone I don't intend to kill.
I can shoot someone non-lethally, in theory.
She the woman at the counter says to you, Zara, I'll put you down as a gunner, but you're not guaranteed to get a partner. Most people prefer something a bit more primal, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a motherfucker trying to beat me up while I'm shooting them. I get that.
I am going to give in my pistol and my taser. I'm going to try and convince them to let me keep my cane.
She sees no issue with that.
Fantastic.
And as you come around here, Cygnus points to this hallway. Can I direct the camera?
Where?
In here, there's a hallway, and says, down there, door on the left for you participants. Contestants, you can join here, or you can find a spot by the bar. And he
Yep.
wanders off.
Sure, I'll grab a beer or something and sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you can also roll my perception.
Yes, I would like to do that.
So Zara kind of comes in.
Wait a goddamn minute.
You're not in the room.
Oh.
I am
so,
there. You guys are up.
So Kaito, you go and order a drink, and then you look around at the contestants. You see in the arena there is a Ifrit person being dragged off, who is fully. You can assume, like, based on what you've heard, you assume they're stable, but they look pretty dead.
Yeah.
Being dragged off.
Do I notice a certain person in the crowd?
Yeah, so you see races and species of all kinds of natures. There's a plant behind the bar as well that you see dwarfs, ifrits, elves, orcs, all kinds of things. And then you spot Salazar is sat there. He doesn't seem to have noticed you. He's sat talking to someone else.
That's something you hear.
He turns to you, and you know this
I kind
man.
of lean to the side.
Yeah, actually, let me just find his splash. Factions. DIREWOLF. Agents. So yeah, you know that he usually has kind of he's usually quite good at like the whole poker face thing, but he sees you, and you do notice that for a split second he's very startled and like quickly scans around and realizes it's just you.
I won't tell if you don't. I give him a grin.
He relaxes and picks up his glass and gives you a cheers and says, "Yes, well, cheers to that.
Sit down beside him.
I didn't peg you as the sort."
Well, you know, getting dragged around a little bit. Need to indulge. Well, you'll see. And I just like motion my head to the ring.
Hmm. Yes, well, I do suppose death attracts all sorts of people.
I look around and yeah, seems to. Didn't think you'd be around here.
I have my reasons. But,
As we all do.
indeed. Let me introduce you to Drain. And he introduces you to the woman next to her, next to him, who is a half orc called Drain.
I give a nod.
Just type that in chat. Like that. And she nods back. And says to you, first time?
Yeah.
Can tell. You're a little stiff. Just relax. This place is... She gives a little smile to Salazar. Mostly safe.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming it's safer up here than down there.
Indeed.
Usually.
Yeah, so... While you're having... small talk / trying not to reveal too much to each other.
Yeah, I get the feeling that we're both trying to say as little as possible.
Yes, it's kind of it's kind of awkward because you and Salazar are both like, yes, charming, yes, nice
Yeah,
nice
we both
weather,
like
right?
come.
Yeah.
We both always come off as like the most proper people that would never do anything out of the law, and it's just like, yeah, we both here in the Duff Club.
I also really like your icons because you're both like in a suit and tie, looking away from each other.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, while you two are like being very like stiff and that stuff, you can see that Drain is almost laughing at you too, being just like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, I let her.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the prep room, you guys, this room has some supplies. Not a whole lot of good supplies. It's mostly bring your own stuff kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see that there are like band wraps if you want to wrap around like your knuckles for fist fighting, that kind of stuff. And but not a whole lot apart from that. There's like you do find like some string that you can use as like a makeshift hairband if you wanted, Rye, for example. But there's like, yeah, there's some very basic supplies, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, contrary to the picture, Rice hair is usually put up.
Yeah.
Whew, are you So I suspect that, the whole exercise here is you getting extremely close to death, and then some sort of anime-esque moment were to occur where you unlock the inner sort of vessel of air that you so long for.
I don't know.
Oh my
I just
god.
know that I was told that this might help.
Who told you this again?
The Dragon Temple monk.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Knock knock.
And he didn't
Sarah
just
suddenly realizing how horrible an idea this is.
Yeah.
You hear someone at the door saying knock knock because you left the door open. And Cygnus comes around. Right. What name should I announce you as?
Shit. What, do you get like badass wrestler names or some shit?
I don't fucking know. It's up to you. You want me to use your real name? I'll use your real name.
God damn it, I should have had more time to think about this. The
Just Rye is fine.
blue bullet. The blue bullet,
You kind
I
of,
think.
kind of.
No.
You
Fuck,
can't,
that's
you can't,
cringe.
you can't really, you can't really read his expression. But after a moment, he says, "Well, you got more time to think, cause this one's up first."
All
Pointing
right.
to Rye.
Hey, right. Kick their ass, yeah? Or not. And wait a bit until you get your ass kicked until, you feel that reservoir popping in. Never mind. Just go and do your thing.
Signa says to you, "All right, when I call your name, you can come out."
Okay.
And then he kind of walk a bit quicker. He heads around the arena and asks a guard here something that none of you can really hear. Not even you, Kaito, because there's like everyone's talking, right? So you can't really hear above the noise. But then eventually Signas steps into the ring and says, "Ladies, gentlemen, mortals, immortal, and everything in between. We've got a newcomer here tonight. Introducing Rai, a brawler with special abilities and can manipulate fire." And he does like a little wavy of his fingers.
Watch me use only metal for this fight.
Boo! Where's the fire?
I try to gauge Salazar's reaction to this.
I believe Salazar should know Rye just well enough to not be thoroughly surprised.
Yeah, no, he says to you, "I should have guessed. Family affair then."
Something like that. I'm more keeping a little bit of an eye that things don't go too bad. But you know where we are.
And our opponent for tonight is returning champion, Calix. As a guy in full plate steps forward.
Full plate made of metal. Oh no. Iron Man.
Damn.
Steps into the
Pretty
ring.
cool.
Right. Y'all know the rules? Well, don't. First timer. As you see, he pulls out a wand with, I have the description of this item. It's a wand with where the pommel of the wand features a skull with two crystal eyes. He begins casting it and says to you, Rai, "You're gonna accept this spell or you're out."
Sure.
As he casts Death Ward, and you notice that when he casts the spell, it hits both you and Calix. And the two eyes on the two crystal eyes of the skull begin to glow an eerie blue-green color. Right? You're good to go. The rest of the rules, there ain't none. And he steps out of the ring. Right, find your corners. And On your marks. Roll. As initiative has started, Cygnus is the ref. Not that there's ever need for one, but he's the ref, and his turn will also act as audience if they want to interrupt with anything. That includes Ryan, Kaito and Zara.
Yep.
But Rai, you are up straight away.
Yes. So immediately channel elements and a ranged metal blast. Not a ranged metal blast because he's out of. Is he out of metal range? What? Oh yeah, he's just out of metal range. Typical. Then a ranged fire blast.
Hey, you're using fire after all.
Yes. When I'm being forced to.
That is a
Too
hit.
bad you can't do wind. Cat is not saying that.
And
You see as your fire blast flies towards Calix, he just brushes it off with his arm.
But you should also close the Calix thing on the stream.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
well then. Then metal it is. Shard strike. A 30-foot line. A 30-foot line just hits him.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to do a reflex save.
And fails.
Wonderful. Wow. Holy shit.
You took a damage.
That's certainly something.
Mm-hmm. That's your turn?
That was my 3 actions, yes.
So yeah, his turn. He is going to move 20 feet into your aura. And he is going to try and punch you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For 18.
Ow. Damn.
He has a second action, or a third, because he moved, for a punch with map, and misses. Cygnus, out of pure survival instinct as a plant, steps out of your fire aura. And I think this audience member as well is gonna be, oh, that's getting a bit hot. He's gonna like slink over to the corner here. The rest just cheers. And Kaito and Zara, you are allowed to step out of the room, Zara, to watch the fight, of course. And you're muted, by the way. And Kaito, if you want to do something, then you'll have to just
I would
speak
like
up.
to do. I would like to do some kind of perception. I'm just hyper aware of everything around in case like something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, we're expecting a fight, but that if something is going wrong among the crowd, kind of deal. So if I could do blind perception.
I mean, you might be able to inspire, right?
I don't. This isn't D&D. I don't have normal inspiration.
No, but you have your bardic in your +1 aura.
Then she should have been at the other side of the stage.
Or you should
Yeah.
have been.
Eh.
I mean, you could still move to be like, I need to get closer to closer to the action, you know?
Yeah, I'm doing. Kaito's not thinking about that at the moment. Kaito's thinking about the people around, so that's why he's doing that.
I'm not in the initiative?
No,
Yeah,
you're
you
audience.
are now. We are currently
Oh,
our turn because we are
okay,
the
right.
audience.
Okay, yeah, so it's not proper in the... Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm just hyper
take
aware
care of
of if
remember stuff.
anything else goes wrong.
And I am just casting Detect Magic to see if someone's cheating with magic.
Can you? I assume you are stood here somewhere watching.
Yeah, like doing the corner lean, you know?
Yeah. You can. Does detect magic? Does that? Can you just post it again?
That just works. Yeah, I'll post it. It's 3rd level now, so I know the rank or level of the most powerful magic effect or spell.
Yeah. Nice. 30-foot emanation. No, don't move you. Although I can move you to the actual corner. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Ruler is what I wanted. Yeah. You do notice magic, because you're excluding rise fire.
Yes, roll, rise, shenanigans. Yeah.
Yeah. You do detect some magic. So you learn the rank of the most powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just need to look at
Actually figure out the rank, yeah.
Nethys. Yeah. Give me a second. Consent. The rank is 4, I guess.
4, damn.
Yeah, rank 4. And do you learn anything else?
Sadly, not yet. That's next level.
So you do know there's a rank
when it's
4. You can tell it's a constant spell as well. It's not a instant effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
ongoing.
I'm gonna try to identify magic then. Just an Arcana check, but it's I think modified by like -5 because it can't see. Let's see, identify magic. Location or ongoing effect is magical. Okay, wow. Never mind. It's 10 minutes.
You can start it though.
Yeah, I'll start it.
So you can start like the analysis, basically.
I'll start like noticing. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
It might be the death ward.
Yeah. Oh, it might be the death ward actually. Yeah, can I will exclude the effect from the wand.
You still feel it.
Okay, yeah. 4th flow.
But yeah, you start trying to notice, and this is Rye.
Yep.
Then let's punch him in the face with a metal. Let's. Well, we're not using our hero points for death saves, so.
Yeah, that's a hit. Damage. There you go. Oof.
Wow. Oof.
We have a.
Okay, that's not great. Let's try again.
Unfortunate.
And then, as the last action, I'll actually set the air around me on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So, in addition to my aura giving fire weakness, it also deals fire damage at the start of other people's turn now.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, then it is him. So it's the start of his turn. How does this aura work then?
He takes 2 fire damage. We'll see if it does anything. No, it doesn't.
I am going to track how often he's in the aura, though, because that might be relevant. Because he is wearing metal armor.
Just slowly, it's just going to become really uncomfortably hot.
Yeah, exactly. So that's 1 round. He is gonna try and punch you 3 times now. Hitting on the first one for 12 damage. Missing. And missing. And then it is the audience again. Calyx and the audience aren't going to do anything.
I'm going to lean over to Salazar and sort of try and get information out of him if he knows who this Calyx is.
Yeah, you
And
can do that.
if so, like who is, or like he seems strong, like very strong. What do you know about him?
You can roll a. It would be a diplomacy. So he says, "Oh, that guy's practically a tank. Heavy armored, goes in punching. Never done anything fancy. Just takes all the hits and punches back." He leans in a bit closer. And not like whispers, but he says a bit quieter. He says, "There are rumors that there's not even a man on the inside. Just an animated suit of armor. No one knows for sure. He
Well.
hasn't lost a match yet."
How long has he been around then?
I don't know. I haven't been coming here that long. He turns to Drain. "You know?" She says, "He's been a regular for, I don't know, at least a year, maybe longer.
And never lost.
Never lost. People
That's
have
fun.
people have a hard time getting through that hard armor of his." Zara.
I'll take
Really?
this.
I really want to dispel magic. But the problem is it's like 4th level, so I need to crit. Oof.
Yeah, Zara.
No, I'm gonna continue.
Yeah, you're just
To see if
analyzing.
I find any useful information. Like I'm basically paying attention to like, what is it doing?
So
What
for
is the effect?
because most rounds don't last that long, I'm going to say instead of 10 minutes, I'm going to allow you to identify magic as 10 actions.
Okay, yeah. So
So-
now I've done 6. Yeah.
6. Yeah,
Nice.
so
Okay.
two more rounds.
Yeah.
Rye.
Okay, let's big fire.
Mm.
Do with the reflex.
Doing the reflex.
Give me a crit fail.
There it is.
Come on.
Failed though.
Just a failure. Three damage.
3 damage.
Wow. What a piece of shit. And then I have to spend my last action re-upping my aura fully. So I re-up my aura, and then for a free action, I re-up setting fire to my aura.
Yep. What's your turn?
Yes.
Colix is let's see, the aura won't damage him, but will add to the ticker I have going.
Yeah, because it's still just two damage, so...
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Actually, there. He is going to try and punch you again 3 times. As stated, he doesn't do anything fancy. Miss. 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 Starting to learn his moves, I guess.
He's getting predictable.
Cygnus, of course, he is commentating the fight, like, "Oh, Calix has her pinned in the corner," kind of situation. Kaito and Salazar are just watching the fight, I guess, unless you want to try and ask more stuff.
I'm gonna take this round sort of just observing again.
Mhm.
Keeping an eye out on what's going on.
Yeah.
I think I will at this point. Actually, no. I will use my last. No, wait. I need one more next turn.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you need 4 actions.
I'm
Yeah,
at
you
9.
need these 3 and then 1 next round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, you could do 2 now and 2 next round. That's why I said actions.
No. I want to know. I want to know now.
Okay. So use 3 actions.
I want to. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's change up tactic. Let's try and get this idiot on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
He's prone!
Smart.
Yeah.
And let's be even smarter. Let's... that's not the correct multiple attack penalty. It should be a -4. Then we're gonna try and grapple him.
Failed as he rolls on the ground and dodges your attempt to grab him.
Right. And do I have any good one-action things I can do? Yes! Yes, I have something I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and do this.
Nice. Save. Critical success.
Holy fucking shit. Okay.
Typical.
He's a good fortitude.
Yeah, I mean, not surprised.
No, see if you can get something on will save if you have anything like that.
Yeah. With what mental magic? I'm not trained in intimidation, but that was all 3 actions.
Yeah. Okay. Calix is then going to stand up with 1 action. And...
Yeah, I don't have any reactions to that.
No. And strike. Oof. He tries to go for an uppercut, but you saw it coming. 3rd action is also a miss. Then it's the audience. Cygnus goes on about how Rai got the upper hand, but it didn't last for long. Salazar is going to say to you, Kaito, Looks like Rye's not doing so good in that corner there.
I don't think she's doing too bad. Because he ain't hitting her.
True. But he only needs one good solid blow. Zara, you have 2 actions
Yeah.
left, and you have identified the spell. So,
Yes.
the spell you have identified is a spell called Animate Object.
It's like, oh my god. He's an inanimate. Azara will like message Rai and says, he's an inanimate object being animated by a spell. I could dispel him.
That's cheating.
Well,
I'm not gonna answer. I'm in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
yeah, but you get it in the message cantrip, so yeah.
I'm not gonna answer. I'm in the middle of a fight.
So I will message then I will message Kaito and with the same like
yeah.
hey.
So when you turn to find Kaito and like message him, you see that he's sat with. From this distance, you're not quite sure it's like who it is, but you definitely see a man in a suit, and you're like, "Oh shit, there's another agent here." Because you see Kaito is like sat talking with him, and it's 2 guys in a suit. So
Yep. So yeah, the mate messages, hey, so this guy's just like an animated suit of armor, like a spell is animating him or something.
So the rumors were correct. And then I turn to Salazar. So, animate object allowed in the ring? And I also look at the half-orc.
they both kind of shrug and say, and the orc says, "Well, summoners are allowed to use their companions, their summons, and
Yeah, but shouldn't the summoner also be in the ring?
Ooh.
She just says, "True." But
I kind of look at Cygnus and go, and let's see. How am I going to do this?
And Sarah is gonna go to herself like, you know what? This is some shit that Pyrian would pull with his like few remaining spell slots. He would so just animate a suit of armor to do exactly this.
Actually, I will. Who would be possible? Like, who would I think would have authority here?
probably
To do something.
probably Cygnus.
The fungus?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll casually walk over and kind of whisper in their ear about like, shouldn't the summoner also be in the ring?
Yeah, you can head over. You won't get there because unless you're gonna like jog or sprint.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so you'll get there next
It's fine.
turn.
I'm not trying to catch attention more than I already am.
Yeah, so you'll get to talk to him next turn.
Yep.
Bye.
Well, gonna keep doing this.
So yeah, he's not prone because he stood up. Fort save.
Because if it succeeds,
Success.
yes, it succeeds. Wonderful. Then he takes half of this damage. Is he resistant to untyped? How the fuck is he resistant to untyped damage?
He might have hardness, my guy.
Ah,
Shield,
right.
shield damage, or yeah.
Of
No,
course.
it's just he's an object, so he's got hardness.
Of course. That fucking cheats. Let's get him on the ground again.
You're literally like fighting a suit of armor here, right? Not the person inside of it.
Roll the
And
bludgeoning.
2 bludgeoning damage.
It's not gonna do anything to him. But,
Uh,
it could have
and,
been nice.
So remember, there are ways to like a lot of objects have like a way to break them or like a broken condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, problem is, I'm kind of limited on damage type.
Yeah.
I've done
No, but
all
that-
3 I can do.
Yeah, but with hardness, it's every damage type, so it doesn't matter which damage type you use.
Yeah. But I'm gonna specifically
I'm
try.
just saying. There's
Yeah,
there might be, because remember there are actually
Yeah,
actions
yeah,
like
there might be a
break
break point.
objects.
I know that.
No, not with damage. I'm talking with skill checks.
Uh,
Like athletics, you can break an item, break an object, or something like you could try to rip something out of the armor to make it like function worse, something like that. Try and apply the broken condition.
right, sure. Uh,
Because the broken condition lowers the
Hardness.
oh, it
Probably
just
lowers
automatically is
both
broken
a-
when it hits the broken threshold as well normally.
but
That's-
I am going to try and cut in between the joints of the armor specifically. See if that does anything.
I mean, it hits. Seven damage.
Yeah, that was 3 actions. At least he's no longer resistant to me if he also had resistance.
Then it's his turn. He starts in your aura. I'm gonna take that. And then he is gonna try and punch you 3 times.
2 times if you want to stand up.
That's true. You tripped him again. Yeah, the prone wouldn't have hit with that. But yeah, he stands up and he punches twice. Missing on both of them, actually. Yeah. Ignas is just commentating, but
I'm jumping over to kind of come down to him.
Yep.
If you can move me. I kind of whisper in his ear of, shouldn't the summoner also be in a ring? Kind of unfair to have a death match when one of them is literally unable to die.
he turns to you and you see this massive smile as he says, well spotted, but the summoner is in the arena.
Oh shit!
Sneaky, sneaky.
Then should the summoner have been hit by this one that is a 30-foot cone?
No. You'll have to keep trying.
I will.
Oh
then-
shit! It's probably meching. It's a mech suit. This is a mech. It's a tiny little thing inside of a mech suit.
That might also be it.
That might sound. I will send this as a message on my on the phone to Sarah, and I will give Signas a wink, and then I'll leave. Like, I'm not gonna make a bigger deal of that than possible.
Yeah, I think then Sarah will.
If you can get me up there, I can't move. Thank you. And I'll
Sarah
shoot
will message that to Ryan. Like, I think maybe the summoner's inside the suit somewhere. Either that or invisible somewhere on the field.
Right.
Well, proning seemed to work great. Let's keep doing that.
If he is inside of the if he is inside of there, it's gonna be very annoying to be like constantly like, constantly toppling over.
If
Let's see if he becomes dizzy at some point.
If only you got that crit on an attack, you might have gotten through the hardness.
Yeah. Let's keep attacking.
Nice.
And And sure, let's do a map attack or map tree attack. Nah,
Yeah.
nothing there.
I've killed enemies
Yeah,
on a
he
map
keeps playing.
attack before, so you know. He's gonna do what he always does. He is gonna stand up
Bink bonk.
and try to strike at you. Missing. Wow, he has been really unlucky since you started tripping him. For
Yeah,
flavor's
so
sake,
it's because the guy
obviously he,
inside got dizzy.
yeah, obviously he's very dizzy and doesn't like standing up.
Yeah.
Obviously getting dizzy.
Mm-hmm. Do the players want to do anything? The spectators, rather.
Yeah, I wanna try and figure out like I'm gonna basically like circle around to try and like through process of elimination, if I can detect like an additional spell suddenly, like an invisibility spell, like pinging into like the 30 feet radius, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try and like see if I can sense somebody being invisible in the arena.
Yeah.
Just to rule that out.
So
I would
detect
get
magic
basically-
is an action.
It's 2, so I'd get only here.
Just so I know, like your radius for each turn. So you don't detect anything yet. Going up on like checking the bar in the bottom left corner. You don't detect anything.
Yep.
Rye.
Yeah. Well, if it ain't broken,
Fix it.
keep trying. Get prone, motherfucker. Get punched, you piece of shit. Ew. That's a horrible damage roll.
Hang on. Right. Damage.
And yeah, let's do that again. Nope. Threat mass.
Then it is Calyx. Who is going to again stand up
Guess what, witches?
and strike.
Hit! Holy shit! Does a
16.
fucking ton of damage when he hits.
Yeah, as Salazar said, he just needs to get a good hit in. Third action.
Check if you have.
Oi!
Oh no!
The third hit killer. The fabled
That's
third
bad.
hit killer.
Holy fucking shit.
He just needed a good hit.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
Oof.
So yeah, he
This is like the 1,000 man.
that was his third action. So he Cygnus yells, and she's down. And then lifts up his wand with a skull with 2 eyes on it, the glowing eyes. And he yells, "Will she survive, or will she become food?" As what? As the crystal, one of the crystals on the skull turns yellow and begins to pulse. And I'm just gonna say that, like, unless you plan on intervening, we're just gonna go for the rolls straight away. So Rye, that's safe. Let's see.
Yeah.
Because Death Ward, let me just drag it onto you so that it affects you. I don't know if that did the no, there you go. Spell effect Death Ward. because it gives you +4
Right,
to
because this is
save.
this is Pathfinder, not D&D.
You have a +4 on your save. You still need to make saves.
Yeah.
A failure.
That didn't add
apply
the
the
+4.
No,
yeah,
it
that
didn't.
did not.
So it's a 12.
Yeah, so that's a
Yeah,
12. So
so
that's one
success.
success.
Which I think stabilizes you. Or no, you went down to a crit, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so I should be at dying 2.
Well, not anymore. Now he's dying 1 again, right?
Yeah,
Because
now
you-
I'm at dying 1.
Yep.
My aura still functions.
Yeah, that's fine.
So just
Which
getting
means he gets tick.
getting hot in here.
So, yeah.
You want
On
me
his
to,
on his turn, he's gonna step out of the aura.
Ah.
Second save. Success. So you are stable. And Cygnus' staff, you see, yeah, you see the light that's been pulsing will flash green, and both the eyes will stop glowing. And Cygnus yells out, "She yet lives, ready to fight another day." As he goes in and congratulates Calix on the victory.
Like the robot, like does a handshake.
Yeah, he lifts up his arms and celebrates, and the crowd cheers. Calix does a little bow, and starts walking. Actually, he'd walk this way because he's going to the room. And the one of the dwarves comes and drags you off, Rai, and the rest of you can now. We can just end the encounter. I will dish out XP later, so I won't do combat XP.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the aura no longer burns anyone. Burns people.
It's just hot. But yeah, you, Kaito and Zara, you've probably moved up to Kaito now as well. You see this and like held your breath while the lights were flashing to indicate the status of your friend and family.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you
I need
hear,
to turn around and see who I'm with.
you want to what?
Then she turns around and see who I'm with.
Who you're with?
Yeah, Salazar.
Oh yeah, Salazar is sat there. You can also see that he was like, you see his hand on the edge of the table, so he was also like, "Oh, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die."
Yeah.
And Salazar turns to you, Kaito, and says, indicating towards Rai being dragged off, "Don't worry, we've got a good doctor here. She'll be patched up."
Well, that's something. Had me a bit worried there for a second.
As I don't have tokens for them, but Cygnus will then announce a second fight that will start and go on, but you, Zara and Kaito, are a bit distracted because I assume you're gonna not pay as much attention and talk amongst yourselves instead.
So, hey, Kaito, for my fight, could you know, do the thing you do, your bard thing?
The cheating?
I mean, it's just encouragement. People cheer all the time. It's just that your voice carries a little bit better.
Only lasts for a couple seconds, but sure.
Yeah, that's why you keep doing it. It's called sharing, not a chair.
Um,
I don't think you know how magic works, but
I'm sure it'll be fine. Like,
I would
but
get outside help.
I wonder if I meet the same one. The champion. Kind of brutal to be sent up against the champion in your first turn, eh?
yeah.
Probably not that many
Oh.
people playing. So, Salazar. What's up, my man?
Should have known the nosy one was here too.
Oh, I'm the nosy one. Yeah, well, the nosy one's got the day off today. I'm just here chilling, you know, playing some Bloodsport.
Day off, tired of giving everyone an HQ handshakes.
Ah!
Oh, speaking of.
If I must. He reaches out his hand.
Yeah. And I will do a little handshake, heart, sight.
Yeah.
And then,
so when you touch a living
perception.
creature, for a second, you're like a bit shocked because he's not a living creature, but then, oh no, wait, he is. That was odd. Probably just a glitch. Because you do feel like me as a living creature and you do get the info, but there was just for a split second you were like just sure it's like there was something wrong, but it passed.
Yeah, for 1 second, Sarah was like,
Yeah.
like it's him. It zooms out.
They're feeling like when you for a moment think you have displaced like your wallet or something.
Yeah.
You can't find it. You get like that suction in your stomach.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Or like when you've lost your phone and then you realize you're talking on it.
Yes.
That sounds like something you've recently experienced.
You
I experienced that today, but I was playing a game on it.
Mhm. You realize that he is friendly towards you, and his current emotional state is concerned.
So,
You also are
You know.
certain that he's not being directly deceptive, but you can definitely tell he's holding something back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what you learn.
Okay, even I figured that one.
So, Salazar, my guy. Who are you? Are you here with someone, or is it just you?
Just me.
All right. Betting on anyone in particular, or just here watching the Bloodsport?
There is one I would bet on if I saw her, but she hasn't been scheduled for today.
Okay. Any hot tips I should, consider?
Now you're asking the hard questions. I do have more contestants, but I'll have to just answer that next session, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He can give you some hot tips though. Just remind me of that.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you though and says, "So you're gonna participate too?"
I'm thinking of it. Well, no, I am, I guess.
Wanted me to join.
Yeah, I thought it was a team thing.
Well, that staff of Cygnus is mighty powerful. There are off chances it can fail, you know.
Really?
I'd say about 1 in 100 who actually die.
Huh.
If I was you,
Well,
I wouldn't
I
be
mean-
so eager to seek it out.
Yeah, well, I've had a long life.
Haven't we all?
Longer than most of my kind, I suppose.
Not to think about how you might permanently die here.
Meh.
I'm already worried enough about
Died once,
Rye.
though,
Do you need to worry about you as well?
Zara goes, died once before. Don't get what all the fuss is about. It's nice, actually.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either. I don't like that definition. No. Okay. Fine. I stand up and I go over to get another bear. Also, get in a ring whenever they're shouting your name.
Yeah,
I think
I
another
know.
battle is happening soon.
Let's see. Before you,
Did I
you
roll?
guys to get your beers. Yes, I rolled them both for you.
Okay. Also, Kaido is like feeling consciously the need to sort of wag, like not wag his tail, but like move the tail and ears he doesn't currently have
Mm-hmm.
because he's so like he's restless.
Mm-hmm.
You are healed. 46 hit points, Rye.
Oh, damn.
Cool.
And you wake up. You can remove the unconscious conditions. And you wake up to see this guy leaning over you.
Oh shit!
He leans back and again and says, "Hide, back from the land of the dead, I can see."
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't know if that's how it feels like being dead.
Nah, you weren't quite dead, but close to it. He goes and washes his hands and puts some tools back on the shelf. And you can feel it like you have received mundane healing as well as medical healing, magical healing, as he's sewed up a couple of cuts and stuff as well, and seem to use magic for the stronger stuff.
I see. Well, thank you. I guess.
Yeah. Everyone falls to not Cygnus, what is he called again? Calyx. Everyone falls to Calyx on their first fight. Don't expect how hard he hits.
Felt like I got pretty close though.
Better than most. He's just talking over his shoulder because he's preparing his tools and stuff, cleaning them.
Well, guess I'll see you around. And then I leave.
As after you've left the room, you hear him say something like, "Yeah, most people see me many times."
Amen, brother.
As you come back onto the second floor here, and you see Salazar talking or sat there and talking to his friend, the half orc, and Kaito and Zara.
Yeah. So Sarah, when we're separate, like gotten away from them a bit, it's going to whisper like, so you don't find it suspicious that he's here? I mean, he seems to be hiding something. Might not be something, terribly bad or whatever. Just, your regular run of the mill. I shouldn't be here.
I'm assuming
Which
you're
one
talking
of
to me
us
when
are you
I'm
whispering to?
Are you whispering to me when I'm out getting another bear?
Yeah.
Okay. I basically just go, well, he's not asking questions why we're here, so I'm not asking him questions why he's there.
Yeah, but we know why we are here.
Yeah. He doesn't. Would you want him to know?
I don't see why not. We're not doing anything bad. He might be though.
I understand why he calls you noisy.
Hey, you
Could
know
be
I run
right, but
security, right? That was literally my job description.
yeah, doesn't make you less noisy. Just saying.
And it's not your job anymore.
Well, now it's more my job. I don't have to just
No,
protect
no,
one asshole. I have to protect all assholes now.
Do your fight so I don't need to worry about you dying anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
I go get
Hopefully I don't
myself a
get up.
drink.
Hopefully I don't end up having to fight the champion. Ugh. I don't even think I could take him down.
Sure, I'll just move down there so Roy has space as well.
Sarah sort of goes up, John rums up to the announcer. I was like, "Hey, who am I scheduled to fight?"
He
Yes.
he looks at you and he pulls out a small tablet, and it looks a bit weird, a plant holding a tablet, but like an
Mhm.
iPad, but yeah.
Oh no, I'm used to weird fate technology combo.
Yeah, scrolls through it and says, "No one." Sorry, his voice hurts. "No one seems to wanna fight a gun wielder, you know."
Oh, not even the champion?
Well, he was a bit preoccupied. I could ask him though, but do you
Yeah,
wanna?
ask him. I mean, if he's the only one who'd want to, yeah. I mean, I'm fine with getting my ass beat for a good piece of entertainment, I suppose.
You really wanna fight?
Yes, I really want to fight.
Sounds like me that you kind of want a bigger arena, don't you? Utilize that firepower of yours.
If you're thinking of sending me up into the astral, then no thanks. I think I'll do with this one.
No, not the astral. Look, kid.
What?
Let's just say this isn't the only death club on this plane. I'll ask him.
Okay. All right. You do that.
As he heads off. Yeah, the rest of you are gonna mingle, or?
I'm gonna mingle a little bit, keeping an eye on Rye.
Right, like non-noisily suss out what the fuck he's doing here, maybe.
Yeah, no, like it's like you might be noisily trying to figure out what's going on. I'm having a conversation and trying to figure out what's going on.
I did it through a conversation too. It was just a conversation that was very much about where the fuck
Okay,
he was
you're
here
not
for.
being very subtle about it. I am being
No.
more subtle about it.
That might be indeed the case.
What do I get from having a discussion with diplomacy out of him?
Yeah, did you roll the diplomacy?
I think I did earlier, a hidden one, but I'm not sure if that was like what I got
Okay.
out of it from that.
Yeah, no, roll me another one.
Okay.
I'm just going to...
If a crit failed, I'm willing to hero point.
The doctor is still on screen, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, so, you're trying to ask, like, why he was here, or what were you asking?
Not directly asked, but like, yeah, figure out like a bit on like, does he just like hanging out watching a death club? Because he did seem really concerned when Roy almost really died. So, and he mentioned like, oh, there was someone he was kind of rooting for, but he knew she wouldn't be there. So like, just just get the general vibe without pushing.
Yeah.
Like, I am explicitly not pushing too hard because we are both trying to keep it down low. So I already made it clear to him that, like, I am not gonna tell the higher ups that we are here because then we'd also be in trouble.
Yeah. Let me just find his. He says to you that he like you talk a bit back and forth, and he eventually says that the person, like the contestant he would root for is uses the stage name the Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
And he after like asking a bit, he eventually reveals that the only reason he's here is to try and talk some sense into her, because even if it's just an off chance that someone actually dies, he wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And he
I
says,
sort of lean in on that conversation with sort of like how I'm trying to get right to like fucking screw it.
He like looks over to Rai while she's at the bar and says to you that indeed, death is not a pleasant experience, even if it is short term. If you figure out how to get through to her, please let me know. I'm desperately trying to do the same.
She's looking for something, so it depends on whether or not your friend can also find their gold somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah, he turns to you and you see that he's got a bit of a sad expression on his face as he says, why do the angry always think the best way to take it out is on someone else? And you can tell that, like, you and him are in the exact same situation.
Yeah. Kind of just sigh and take a sip of the beer.
While that conversation is going on, Cygnus will come out and to the door and look for you, Zara, and give you a little big smile and a thumbs
we're
up.
Doing it? I'm fighting the champion? I mean, I'm getting my ass kicked by the champion? What, here or somewhere else?
Oh, right here.
Oh, great.
What
Okay.
name you want?
Blue Bullet. I like it now.
Yeah, he rolls his eyes.
Oh, the Blue Bullet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a sprite from the Unseelie with nothing to lose. The Blue Bullet!
Taking that side.
Okay, I'll make sure she doesn't die.
Yeah, you all just hear this and like, I'm gonna need another drink. Yes.
I will, for the moment, sort of go up to the railing in a sort of disguise of like, yeah, support, and yeah.
As Salazar comes up to the bar, Rai just goes, "Hi, Sal. You fighting?"
Not today. Good fight. I think you almost broke him.
Thanks. Felt like I had him for a while there.
He's the kind of guy that won't give up until his last little ounce of stamina. And he hits just as hard the whole time. An endurance test,
Yeah.
really.
Felt that.
Cheers. He gives you a little clink and heads back.
Cheers.
And returning again for the 5th match tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Calix.
God.
He comes back.
Go,
and
Zara! And I immediately, before the fight starts, like before the ding, I'll
Mhm.
do my shit so that they can't say I did it in the fight.
Uh-huh.
Being like, woo, Sarah, you can do this, woo!
I need to roll a, what was it again? Performance.
Zara.
Would I also pre-buff, or is pre-buffing seen as
Wait,
gauche?
no, give me a sec. I need to see how long it. Oh wait, that should not be blind. Can you just open? That is like, is that a success or not? Is the question.
What is your DC?
You haven't done
The
the macros?
standard for our level.
I forgot to do the. How is this? Courageous Anthem. Is it this one? Oh, that's
No.
actually a spell effect. I have like 3 buttons for this.
Because remember, there is a you might want to drag in the new version, because that one comes with a roller as well, like a roll check. I don't know if it actually checks against the proper DC, but it does roll it at least.
I have a
No, it
spell
doesn't check
effect
DC.
and an emanation thing for it. You're
No,
not the
no.
one that's gonna do your
No, but I'm just testing the button, but it doesn't have the DC built in.
No.
It's just a standard level difficulty, standard for your level.
What would that is this? Wait, performance check. This is the. What is this DC against? Like, what's my number for that again? How do I find it?
Standard level
it's the
DC.
standard DC for our level.
Yeah, but what is that?
I'm trying to find it. Here, level-based DC. Standard DC for level 5 is 20.
Okay, what did I roll there? DM? Can you show it?
Yeah, I can read it. You passed. You succeeded.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
the
thank
level-based
you.
DC macro doesn't work, so.
3 rounds. Okay. So you can drag your spell on you. That's above on the Courageous Anthem. And then just up it to 3 rounds.
Yeah, but you need to do the news, add the spells back to the proper again, like into your character, so that you get the new version.
I can do it afterwards.
Because then you get the aura.
Oh no, I have the emanation thing.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna work because there's a wall in between us.
Oh, okay.
But you are being hit by it.
Yeah, but the wall.
Can I just like I'll just put it there
Because the
you're
wall
sort of
doesn't
doing
the wall doesn't restrict sound, so the emanation should work. It restricts
No,
it
it didn't go past. I tried and it didn't. It doesn't.
Yeah, but this emanation here doesn't actually, I think, do anything automated.
That emanation doesn't do anything. You need to put the spell effect on you.
There's a specific effect you need to put on yourself, but
Okay,
yeah, it doesn't matter. I've got it on now.
I am not able to move this away. Can you remove this then?
Yes, calm down.
Yeah, I just when 3 people are talking to me at the same time, I get a little bit annoyed.
There you go. But yeah, you have Courageous Anthem. It's not the hardest fight to keep track of either, so.
No. Okay.
As he announces to the crowd, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, set, and begin encounter.
Roll initiative. So
Sorry, you are up again.
Sarah is going to be boring. Sarah's going to go, okay, set phasers to stun. And then she's going to go, I think it was top left shoulder. Yep, top left shoulder. And then she's going to dispel magic. So that is a counteract check. Which is so that is a check against So if it's since this is a creature with an object, I think it is basically it's based on level in that case, I believe. Or if you know the caster, so if you have the caster stat block, it's their like DC, the level DC of their spell. So you can choose either or. So either it's the level of the object, so basically just the creature level, and then it's a DC 20, or it is the DC of the caster. I'm gonna roll it anyway, so we'll see.
Yeah, you roll.
I
I
am
mean,
going
the
to hero
object
point
might
that.
be a higher level than 5.
Yeah.
Because if it's a rank 4, it's probably a higher level object.
Well, that's a 28,
28.
and this is a 3rd level dispel magic.
Hmm. Just read it. So if you attempt to counteract against a target, check against the target. Yeah. So as the round starts, this is a 2 action.
Yep.
You fake aim at his right shoulder and cast dispel magic, and his right arm falls off.
Pew! I say like a sound effect. Does he stop moving, or like does it seem like it dispelled this whole thing, or just like the arm fall off?
He just did the the arm pump,
Yeah.
and then one arm just falls off, and he just looks down at his shoulder, looks back up to you, and like he starts moving forwards, but it's not his turn.
Yeah, and then I'm going to shadows. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna shoot him. Fuck it. So fake it. No, Cloak of Shadows, because that sets me up for a stealth later on. So I'll Cloak of Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So like after that, bam, and then I do like a fake reload, and then like the shadows begin to like bleed out of me, and I go like, catch me if you can.
Cygnus. He is. I'm not gonna do his voice, but he is gonna yell out like, "Whoa! Did you see that? Looks like looks like Calyx has finally met his match." Players, anything?
Yes, I want to move, but I cannot.
Move where? Oh, move.
I am not able to move.
Now you can.
Thank you. Also, the courage stuff, we'll do it in a break or something if we have a break. Big stupid.
Then it is Calyx who is going to move over there. Target you. And let's see, the cloak does
So he has
basically just
concealed.
concealed. So so it's just the flat check.
Yeah. Is concealed on you?
Yeah, it should, but I don't know if it automatically does it.
We'll see.
If you're using Workbench, it should.
I am. Yeah, I did a flat check.
Yeah, it should have. The rolls should have flipped.
That would have been so much nicer if it did. You do notice that he is like off balance and stuff because he's missing his arm, and he like goes to jab with his missing arm, so his shoulder just jerks forwards, and then he gives you tries to go for the hook with the other arm and misses. Third action is a whiff. Zara again.
Yeah. I wonder if I'm gonna do this for the long haul. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do this to haste myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then I am going to let's see. Yeah, the arena is just like just too small. Yeah, because he could probably he moved here with one action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to shoot him, just like to warm it up to see how easy it is to hit him.
Is there a penalty?
Oh my god, and I crit on it. Just a warm up, and I waste my crit on that. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, that's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
So he said, so like from the shadows, like there's like a little like spurt of fire because I have the fire rune or the flaming rune now, and it hits the other arm. Like,
not that anyone is close to Cygnus, but he whispers to the goblin next to him, "We really should have put a ban on firearms."
Well, this is firearms with extra fire.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use my hasted action, quick action to move over here. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm double tapping this motherfucker. I might double tap him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I forgot to say it, but of course you two did the ritual as well with the staff.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, juicy.
Juicy indeed. Can he survive? Oh no.
I lean over to Salazar and just go, "This is why they don't bring a gun to a knife fight."
To a punch fight. It's literally a punch fight. It's like a rock'em sock'em robot, and I was just like a automatic machine gun. Taka taka taka.
I mean, it's they were like very towing the line too, with some loopholes in there. So.
Can I please?
And so I was like, and I used all my spells for prep.
So that's all your actions?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. So yeah, he falls over backwards with a massive hole in his chest. And
now let's see who comes out.
and Cygnus yells out, "And Calyx falls over!" And you hear the crowd is all cheering. And everyone looks towards Cygnus and his staff. But let me just read this quickly. On his turn, Calyx stands up.
Oh, well, this just got interesting.
You can roll a perception. As he rolls over and awkwardly on one arm stands up, you get to look into the arm socket where you dispelled one of his arms, and you don't see anything inside, except the entire inside of the armor is lined with runes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he spends his whole turn doing what looks like some kind of auto self-repair and stands up. Zara.
Sarah is going to... Oh yeah, he's also still on fire. Oh, well. Yeah. He's not concealed from the fire. That's good. Why the fuck? Oh, because he got me targeted, right?
Yeah.
God damn it! The
9.
fucking automatic concealed thing is so weird.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, that shouldn't have been 9. That should be. Why is it?
Because remember, hardness works with you do full damage if you go over the hardness. It's not a resistance.
Yeah, I know. But why is his
Okay.
hardness being set to?
Because it's broken. It's probably broken now,
Yeah.
which reduces hardness normally.
Yeah, but it shouldn't reduce it to 0. I don't think.
It might do.
I'm reading. If you please let me read.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me check. Hardness.
it depends on the thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
this
no,
is
hardness
unique to
shouldn't
him.
change. Yeah.
Yeah, because his hardness shouldn't change the hardness. It should change
No.
his AC.
Oh, okay.
But why is it 0? When I click on it, it says the correct
Mhm.
value, but when I deselect the field, it says 0.
It depends on some things. When they break, their hardness just disappears.
Yeah, but no, this is something wrong with the web page. It says 0. When I select the field, I have the correct number selected. When I deselect the text field, it says 0.
Does he have a broken toggle?
No.
If not, it might be hard code. I know some. I struggle with this with a thing I DM'd for some of the others, where the hardness is hard coded in a way where if it ever takes a crit or goes below half HP, it loses the hardness and then it just doesn't come back.
Yeah,
no matter what you do to it.
This has a checkbox for it.
Yeah,
broken.
but even if that isn't checked, it still has some conditions that is hard coded in the
Yeah, let me look the rules then.
in the
because,
object. It was real silly because I did some testing on it earlier.
Yeah, because
I'm
I'm looking at the rules on the thing that does this, and it says that if it's at less than 50% health, it should reduce his AC. There's no rules here that is changing the hardness.
Huh.
But yeah, I'll just heal him by the amount that he shouldn't have lost, and then we can continue.
Yeah.
That was his fire. Then it is your turn. Sarah.
Yeah. So, Sarah is going to. Do I overkill this? Yeah, we want to have fun. Sarah's going to move. Then she's going to. This is with a hasted action move. Then she's going to stealth. To try and use the fact that she's concealed to become hidden. Does that succeed against his perception? In that case, make him flat-footed, because that's when I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. There's his perception. So it's his perception DC, right? Or just...
Yeah.
Yeah, that does not succeed.
Okay. And then I'm going to spell strike. What? No token selected. All right. Combat rifle. I'm gonna use shocking grasp. Ah, we talked about this. Shocking grasp and spell strike against metal objects. Do I still get that +1? I think we talked about that we do.
Yeah.
Because you get a +1 to attack. Yeah. Okay. I will add that +1. Oh my god, that's nasty! Remember to double the shocking grasp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I see it. Yeah, I see where the problem is. The override hardness value. There you go, yeah. I don't get why it's doing that, but I'll just delete that. And then its hardness should be correct. There you go. Found the rule. Yeah, ouch. So the top one is already doubled, yeah, so that's just damage.
Yeah.
And that was a crit. So he, I think it's, so yeah, he falls over, and you can tell that like the runes inside start glowing and starts to try and mend him and wake him up again. But you then catch a glint in the side of your eye as you see Cygnus's staff starts flashing.
I was like, oh, come on. I mean, that has got to be it, right? And I looked at Cygnus, like,
Yeah.
right?
I am going to just do this manually because obviously creature things don't have death save buttons. +4 from the spell. Success. He went down to a crit. He actually got a nat 20, so he is not dead. He's stable, and he seems to like wake up with like a little jerk. But he just, you see, he turns his head to you, and then with his arm that is still existent, he slaps the ground.
Yeah.
And just
Like,
lies back down again.
I was like, okay, good, because I was low-key running out of bullets.
And Cygnus
What's your extra?
Cygnus comes in, guides you to the middle, and yells. I'm not doing his voice, but he yells like, "And the reigning champion is down! We have a new winner!"
Yay! Oh, wait,
Not-
hang on, sorry. And then I removed the shadow.
Yeah,
Go
not
away,
just
go away, it's my
any blue bullet, but the blue
Hey,
bullet!
blue bullet!
And like everyone is like gasping and cheering and surprised at this, and then and Cygnus leans into you and whispers to you, "Hey kid, you want to fight in a real arena?"
Hey, sorry, I didn't ruin your toy, did I? It seemed to have got a lot of work into it. I maybe treated it a little bit too harshly.
Oh, he's not mine.
Oh.
He's just a
Oh,
contestant.
well, good. Right. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, so we were actually here for my friend. She participated earlier, and I don't think I would be able to have won here if it wasn't for the fact that she softened him up, clearly.
Fun fact, Calyx, when he went into the side room, he did a repair. He was at full health. But his hardness was reduced because of the heat damage.
Oh,
Every
nice.
round he was in your aura, his hardness went down by 1. That was how I was
cool.
tracking it.
That's cool. It's literally got softer metal.
Literally softened him up.
Yeah, literally. So you literally softened.
Yeah.
Literally
And
softened
his repair only returned a bit of that hardness. You had him down to 3 hardness from 9.
Oh my god.
So you could have almost got him if he didn't get that crit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cygnus says to you, "Look, thing is, the international club is way more prestigious than here. You and your friend have potential. If you want an invite, I would love to have one of our representatives over there.
All right. That sounds interesting. Let's talk with our representation. Hey, Kaido!
Hey, come into my office once you've gathered your party, so to speak.
Before traveling forth? Yeah, all right.
Any,
Fair enough.
I share a glance with Salazar and just say, time to babysit some more.
It's like, look, I didn't die. Kaido.
And then after
Joy.
after a little while, the doctor, yeah, because you are
Oh, yeah.
with your group.
Can you end the encounter?
Oh yeah, sorry, and encounter. Yes. Dragging so many things is the doctor comes out and just looks at Calyx, like with his arms on his hips. He looks around to the audience. Anyone here a mechanic? I can't heal this.
I am
And-
actually kinda. Well, I mean, Rai is as well.
You see one of the one of the orcs near the edge actually steps up to help. So you can all go into the meeting.
Yeah. Just slam the door in Rai's face.
And I know it seems like everything is here right now, but yeah, you'll get it. As you all step in, and Signas is sat on his chair. He has like a tall chair behind his desk so that he looks like he's like normal height, because he is also small. Bear in mind, like
Yeah,
because he's leshy. And as he says, he looks at you and says, "Oh, you guys sure are impressive."
thank you very much.
Yeah, says to you, Rai, that aura of yours is scary. Give it a... If you just had a little more time, you might have taken him down on your own.
Yeah.
What do
Probably.
you lot say about going international?
Didn't know there was a national. Tell me about it.
See, there's this club is just a small local endeavor by yours truly, but my dream is to send a team to the Cirque du Mont.
Ooh.
Where's this?
In France. It's
Ooh.
It's a big death club. All the internationals go there for monthly tournaments.
Whereabout in France?
I ain't telling you that
ish.
unless you sign up as my team.
Is this a team event then? Or is it still 1v1?
They do all kind of things. Solo battles, monster battles, team
Ooh.
fights, even gauntlets to survive. If
That
death
sounds
is
cool.
if death is one of the outcomes, they do it.
So they serve alcohol.
Of course. What kind of an entertainment would it be without a little booze?
Hmm.
Using the little trick with your wand.
It's the Cirque du Mont that makes these things.
Very handy.
Kaito is mentally remembering which spots in France were important for the whole Black Fox operation.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
Okay,
gonna
so
keep
say
it
we
away
were
for
to
now.
do this. what would be the gain on our end? What sort of take are we talking of here?
Why, what's more fun than the adrenaline of being in a hot fight? You don't know if you're gonna win or not. And of course,
Yeah,
the
well,
prize
see-
money.
Now we're talking. And what sort of currency is this?
Well, that's up to the winners.
Okay. Well, we'll talk it through with my team, and we'll get back to you. All right?
Yes. There's one condition on my end, though.
Right.
If you agree to this, you'll go in there as my team.
Hmm. And what does that mean? What does that imply?
That means that if you win anything, you let everyone know where you came from. Here. And you see he does like the little... He's basically
Right,
like
you want
wanting to be like a boxer sponsorship, like saying which gym you came from.
Yeah.
Kinda, right?
So you want to print your logo on our shirts, stuff like that?
That kind of thing, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I heard they do this sort of thing a lot here in the material plane, so pretty standard operation, I suppose. All right. Well, we'll talk amongst ourselves, and we'll get back to you sooner rather than later, I suppose.
Throughout this conversation, I've been looking at Rai to try and gauge her expression. If she seems into this idea.
When Rai came out, she seemed to be in a pretty good mood. Right now, she is not, but you can't tell why.
Do a little discussion and then come back to it.
But
Okay.
she will say while we're still in here that I'm up for it.
Yeah. Looks at Rai, and then looks over at Kaito like a kind of like a child, like, "Can we, mommy?" Like.
As said, we're going to discuss it first amongst ourselves.
Yes, yeah, of course, like professionals would. Yeah.
Yes,
Such a big. Yep. All right.
exactly. And I'm giving back the hard mummy stare.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever say that sentence again.
Especially
Listen,
considering...
Kaito's been babysitting you guys the entire day.
Wouldn't it be Stern Daddy, though? Which is not any
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's worse.
That's worse. We find somewhere we can talk relatively in private.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as you come back out again, you see that Calix is back on his leg, but he's like limping and scraping one leg along the ground, and just slowly leans over to pick up his arm that fell on the ground, and has a bit of a difficulty standing up again. Like,
Yeah. Now I feel bad.
the doctor's no longer there. Yeah, you get back, and
We find somewhere that we cannot be overheard as much.
yeah,
I
If
think just like
you-
talking,
Yeah.
like leaning over with the roar of the crowd and everything.
Yeah, you hear like everyone else is like turned to their groups and chatting, and everyone's like loud and drinking and stuff. So as long as you're not yelling, you shouldn't be overheard.
Yeah.
So
They've probably turned on the music now.
yeah. So Zara's like, that was a lot of fun. I want to do that again.
Yeah, and you heard that this resurrection thing doesn't always work.
No, well, just don't get killed. Simple.
I glance at Rai, who just got killed.
She
I
got
just
knocked
shrug.
down. She didn't get killed.
Speaking of that, Rai, how do you feel?
How many death saves do you need to die?
It depends. But it's 4 normally.
Yeah,
Standard is
generally you
dying
need to
4.
fail 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, you went down on a crit, that's 2. And if you didn't have the death ward, the first roll would have been a fail.
Yeah.
So it wasn't...
Yeah.
It wasn't a brush-off situation. It was still close. Like,
No.
just to like put like your character's headspace in.
Oh, yeah, but we don't.
No.
Rye might have known how close she was, but we don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Kaito little turns towards Rye and go, "Well, did you feel anything different with your powers?"
No.
Yeah, well,
Why
it
would
was
you
just
think
one
another
fight.
fight would do the same?
Don't know.
I don't like this.
But this is my best bet. I don't know what else would work.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
but who's to say that if it doesn't work the next time in a bigger fight that you're gonna stop?
Did you try doing it in this fight?
I don't know what to try. I don't know what to do. I was told this might help, so I'm trying this.
Well, I mean, it might be the case that you're supposed to be under a stressful life or death situation and then, try it.
I don't know.
Like, but it sounds like we could do the international thing. Maybe then that'll help. A
I'm
little
up for it.
higher. A little higher stakes.
Well, Vermes was like his background said it was from a university in France.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I don't like this. I'm telling you guys, I do not like this. But we could combine it with checking out the university stuff.
All right. All right. Fuck yeah. International death fight there is. All right. And then even a team fight possibly.
Kaito's
That would
not
be
liking
cool.
this at all.
No, I want to do solo.
Why do you want to do solo?
Because the entire fucking point.
But
Just a reminder of what Sina said. You can sign up for multiple, like a team battle and a solo battle.
Yeah.
well, I mean, why is that the point? You don't even doesn't sound like you know what the point is. Why do you think that would be the point?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, considering our fighting style, you're most likely to get beat up first anyway. So, you'll get the same experience.
Yeah, not if you're there.
My
Why not?
condition for this is that we are already planning my trip to Japan. We're doing that first. Who knows? Maybe we can get some leads on this air power thing there. I can ask around.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like we need something.
Okay? We good on
All
that?
right. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let's. But we only doing this international thing once. I'm not
Well,
traveling back there again after. No.
I mean, well, one travel. Sure.
One travel. We're not doing it again. Then we're done.
Fine.
Good.
I'll get my kicks off of killing Orochi a couple more times, I suppose. You got yourself a deal, Mr. Cygnus.
Excellent. Well, you'll need a team name, of course. I'll let you think of that. I'll make the arrangements with Cirque du Mont.
Rai just points to Sarah and says no.
What?
Doesn't matter. No.
Alright.
Kaito fixed the name. You're not allowed to say anything.
Cygnus says, I'll make the arrangements with Cirque du Monde. Let them know you're coming, and, well, I'll have to find someone to take over for me here, because I'm gonna come and watch.
Okay, just one thing, we're not gonna do it on this date and this date, because I'm basically saying the date I'm gonna be away.
Mm-hmm.
Capiche?
That's
Also,
fine.
we can't go to this part of France because it's Black Fox infested.
You
No,
say that?
no, no.
No.
Oh.
I assume a magically run death club is not going to be in black-fested parts of France.
Yeah, I don't think they like Black Fox.
No.
Mhm.
And I definitely don't think Black Fox likes them.
No.
He,
Because then you're not gonna get a death murder club. You're gonna get a death murder massacre.
a dead club, not a death club.
Yes.
um,
So
he says, that's fine, that's fine. Let me just grab the map.
He's just gonna give us some random village to meet him in, isn't he?
Pretty much.
Yep.
He actually says, I've always wanted to visit Champagne this time of year. I heard they have some good soil, if you know what I mean.
Huh.
That's not actually an innuendo. He actually means good soil because he's a plant.
Yeah, I was like, but don't you just mean
If you know what I
soil?
mean. Okay.
Let's see.
well, they make champagne, so I guess they need to.
So I'll tell you something interesting about the Cirque du Monde. It's not technically in France. It's
Oh.
it's on a sub-dimension, subplane. It's its own
Pocket dimension?
place. Yeah, one of those.
Cool.
But its doorway is in France. From what I've understood, the doorways are quite costly to make, but they can move it and make a new one if they have to, which is how they've managed to escape the dogs. And you immediately understand that dogs is,
Black Fox.
Black Fox, yeah.
or a combined,
Or-
Black Fox and Direwolf,
Yeah.
but both people who would
Yeah.
hunt these.
It's Black Fox.
And he says, well, the current door is not too far from Champagne, so we can meet up there. Just
Very well.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's giving us an address and a time.
no.
Uh,
He says, so you're gonna be busy for a while, but I'll head down there about in a month's time from now and just prepare. You come whenever you need
Very
to, but I'll find you in Champagne. I'm pretty good at tracking as long as you don't go out of your way to mask yourselves.
that's literally our job.
I give a long stare. Considering two of us are masked right now.
Yeah, I know. He gives you a long stare back, and he says, and he eventually says,
Hashtag.
whatever your physical appearance is, he points at his eyes and says, and then he actually just touches his eyes and says, these aren't even real eyes. I know you're foxes. He says,
I'm not.
well, of course not. You're a blue
I'm
bullet.
Yeah, boy. That's right.
Okay. Well, see you in a month.
I'll see you then.
When we get out, it's like, he's fun. I like him.
He's not the worst one. I also, on the way out, I give Salazar a nod.
Mm-hmm. He gives you a little.
So did you figure
salute.
out? Did you figure out why he was here?
I am stopping you guys to getting into more trouble.
What?
Well,
Really?
he's trying to get someone else out of trouble.
Well, who?
Oh. Someone that was not fighting today.
And why was he here today?
Shall I?
You actually managed to piece
I did
piece
a pick
that.
up on it.
Yeah, you did manage to pick up that and piece it together. And he didn't know they weren't fighting to get today.
All right.
Oh, he's there to check, and then he got the list today, and then like, oh, she
Yeah.
isn't there.
Because you don't know
Yeah.
who
Okay.
signs up for the fight unless you go and see who signed up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he you also got
He's
the
just keeping an
impression
eye out.
you also got the impression that he comes here a lot to try and find them.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
That's the person that signs up to a fight, to the same kind of fight.
No, I'm not sad about the signing up. It's the fact that he comes here so often to try and stop her from doing so. I don't know.
I think it makes perfect sense that he's going to try and stop someone that he likes to not, die.
Yeah, but you would think he could find other places to stop her at, than this particular place. And just having to be so persistent,
Yeah. Maybe. But after all, I'm here too, aren't I?
Yeah, but you're not here because you hope that maybe someone might be here today.
No, but I am here to try and keep an eye on you guys.
Well, all right. Well, say hypothetically something were to happen, what could you have done? Like, if the worst was
Cheered you
about
on,
to
didn't
happen
I?
in that fight. Well, yeah, but you didn't help. And kind of like nods towards Rye.
Well, I wasn't planning on helping any of you at first. Gosh, some of you
Yeah.
guys are so hard to talk to.
Mm.
I climb into the car.
Either way, let's head home. We don't want to arouse suspicion by being away too long.
Yeah, you drive back to DIREWOLF HQ with mixed feelings on how the evening went, but a new lead on a even bigger threat, or a even bigger death club event. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think maybe
Yeah.
Kaito might not realizing it, might be at least subconsciously thinking that, well, if at least anything, you could always report the death clubs for some extra agent points if you don't get anything else out of this.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking snitches.
I think all of you might be thinking like, hey, if this turns up a blank,
Mhm.
But yeah, it was definitely an eventful evening with lots of colorful characters and a surprise friend in the audience as well.
Yeah.
You get home, one of you at least beat up and weary, and still just as angry. You arrive back at HQ, wanting a night's rest, and that is where we're going to call the session.
Okay. I got to test out my new gun at least.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah.
I was hoping for at least one hit on you, but
yeah. That was it's unlucky because we have me and Rye have the same AC, so you should have had the same. Well, to be fair, you struggled hitting Rye too.
But yeah, he didn't get any attacks off at you, did he?
Yeah, he got one round of attacks.
He got one. Yeah, that's true. When he first ran up to you, he had map.
Yep.
If you noticed, he had map on the first attack because he was missing an arm. He was off balance.
Oh,
That's how,
cool.
I just treated it as he had map.
That's cool.
And,
Yeah, that would definitely make it harder to hit. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the session. So
A nice little arena.
Nice little arena indeed.
Assign XP. Come on. Kabael, remove. Thank you. Ezra, remove. No, actually every player gets, don't they? Regardless. Kabael goes.
Everybody should get.
Yeah. Ezra, Rai, Jeremiah, Kaito, Zara. Yep. Do not divide. I think that's correct.
Damn.
I forgot to click auto assign, so you have to click the add. I'll do it for Jeremiah and Ezra. In the chat, there you go.
That's some XP.
Zara?
Nuts. Hmm? Yeah, hang on.
Click add.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a lot.
And I know we usually do this off stream, but we might as well do it now just to wrap up before the ad ends. The agent points. Handouts in world, because agent points is a kind of meta currency that the players can get for buying items. Since this is a modern world mundane setting, the access to magical items is way more limited than Pathfinder, but they can use agent points to acquire magical items. Also, situations allow them to buy magical items. For example, they were in the Unseelie recently where you could buy it. And also, that's another thing, the Cirque du Mont will count as a troll market. There will be vendors.
Oh, no.
I figured.
Because it's an underground thing. Direwolf documents, that's what I want. I don't just use once. So, agent points. Reporting for duty, 5 points. Job well done, I'd say that this counts. 5 points. Because you completed the interviews, you found the Fight Club. That counts as a mission complete. And
I was Intel's best friend because we did get them the information, because we did explicitly not get the information
that's true.
Last time we played.
Yep, Intel's best friend you get. That's true. And I would also say error in assessment, because that guy was tough. Like, sure, your rifle managed to puncture a massive hole in him, but he was not an easy fight because of his hardness.
Yeah, basically I countered him kind of, because it's like my whole thing is doing one big hit, which is exactly what you need for
hardness. Yeah.
For that type of fight, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you get those.
Nice.
That's some good points.
We have to pick yeah, God, I have a lot of hero points.
I can
points.
assign it to you. So if someone summarizes how much it was.
That's 25.
Thank you. 25 and confirm. There you go. Now you all have gained 25. Can I see? Yeah, I can see how many you have. Total is total earned, I think. Points is how much you have.
Yeah.
Kaito, you have quite a lot.
Potentially. I think I tried to use some earlier. 236. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I got, I think, was the suit.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I'll probably think about like upgrading it with like runes and stuff, maybe.
yeah. Also, bear in mind, because redemptions, you can do the redemption called Crown Gorm, which is a relic. Relics are a Pathfinder thing with like magical items that can get stronger.
Ooh,
Yeah.
actually, I would love to look at that because
That-
I'm going to Japan. We're going to Japan soon. It would make
Mhm.
sense for me to get a relic from
Yeah,
my
and
temple.
yeah, and also you can the suit I wouldn't allow because it doesn't make sense, but you can
No.
use you could, for example, get a Crown Gorm cane.
Ooh, yeah.
Because the lore behind it is that you craft an item made from Crown Gorm wood, which is the pink trees in Feywild that you found that survived
That's what
the
we did in
Shadowfell.
D&D with the trees on the
Yes,
end of the last game, but that was D&D version though.
yes, exactly. It made an artifact out of the wood. And that is what you can do here with the relics. You can craft an item out of that same wood. Because they are sacred trees which even survived the curse of eternal night.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll talk to you about that because I'll
Mm.
probably use 60 points for that and then try and get it like on the Japan trip. That would make sense.
That would make sense. Yep. But yes, that is the end of the session. We are going to call it here. Thank you for watching, everyone. Again, super
you.
thanks, Chaza, for the bits. Very appreciated. And we will... wait, I don't need to open that in a new window. I'm not sharing that screen. I will check... does anyone to raid quickly? Who is on? Not a whole lot of people on today that I follow. So we are gonna just end it here, and I will maybe stream tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I will definitely be back on Tuesday because Alistair, we have. I'm assuming we have D&D on Monday.
Yeah.
It is at least scheduled for
Because
Monday.
Rune, we don't have our game on Monday, right? Or is this the one? Is this the on day actually?
Wasn't it the on day
Let's see.
this week?
Yeah, because remember last time, Thomas, we couldn't play. It was because
we played this Monday.
Yeah.
So we're not playing
Next,
on
we're not
Monday.
playing coming. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Then I remembered correctly. Okay, cool. So then,
Yeah.
yes, we are playing this Monday.
Yeah, so most likely no stream on Monday, but definitely back on Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow if I can think of something to stream. But yeah, see you at least on Tuesday. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a wake up my stream deck. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.
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 That button did nothing. And thank you.